Hello class, we're going to be doing homework 10, but I want to get you in the mood for graphing again. I want to review just a bit. You all are familiar with graphing an equality. Always put it in this form, and that way we can graph it easier. So y in this case is equal to negative 1x plus 5. And if you remember, excuse me, you remember to graph this 5 right here is the y-intercept. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put a dot right there. And then the negative 1 is my slope. It tells me to go down 1 and to the right 1. Down 1, right 1. And then you make your line. Okay? And if you understand that, you're not going to have any trouble with this lesson. Now, I want to show you what happens if I say x plus 5 is less than or equal to, that was supposed to be x plus y is less than or equal to 5. Okay, once again, I want you to notice when you have a greater than with an equal line, you'll have a solid line. If you don't have the equal sign, you'll have a dotted line. We'll do one like that in just a minute. Once again, you're going to solve for y. Y is equal to negative x plus 5. And again, we're going to use this line for a boundary for this equation, inequality. So this is our boundary line. Now, 0, 0 is a good one to pick and put it in the original equation, which is right here. 0 plus 0 is 0. Is that less than 5? Yes, it is. If 0 works, you're going to color in the side that has 0, 0 in it. That wasn't so bad, was it? Now, let's take, I'll go ahead and erase this and leave that there. So let's say, what if we have x plus y is less than 5. This means I'm going to have a dotted line. I don't know if you can see that very well. Maybe I better use a darker one. You're going to have a dotted line. Okay, now, again, I'm going to solve for y is equal to negative x plus 5. I come over here, I'll graph it exactly the same way. Go up 5, down 1, right 1. But this time, since it doesn't have the equal sign under it, I'm just going to have a dotted line. Once again, I'm going to put 0, 0 in there. 0 plus 0, is that less than 5? Yes, it is. So you will color the side with 0, 0 in it. Once again, always put those inequalities in this form, so it'll be easier for you to graph. And always set it equal to get your boundary lines. Okay, now I'm going to go to the examples, which are on page which are on page 26. Forgot to write that on my notes. Page 26. So if I look at example 1, it is x plus y is less than or equal to 10. That's example 1 on page 26. Well, first of all, is it going to be a dotted line or solid? It's going to be a solid line, so always kind of think about that. Solve for y. Y is equal to negative 1x plus 10. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, put that over here. My y-intercept, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is 10. I go down 1, right 1, because my slope is negative 1 over 1. And again, it's a solid line. Now, which side of that line am I going to color in? Well, I'm going to choose this point right here, 0, 0. And I'm going to put it back in the original. 0 plus 0, is that less than 10? Yes, it is. So I'm going to color the side that has 0, 0. If you had said no, you would have colored up there away from 0, 0. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Now that we've gone over some of those and all that fun graphing stuff is coming back to the forefront of your mind. Yes? Yes, sure. Sure, Miss Bishop. Whatever you say, Miss Bishop. All right, let's look at example 2. That'll be good for you. 2x plus y is less than 10. And we have two inequalities. It's called a system of inequalities. And the other one is 3x minus y is greater than 20. The first thing you're going to do is solve for y. Y, and I'm just going to put equals here because that's what I'm going to use for the boundary line. I'm going to move this guy over here, so it's going to be a negative 2x plus 10. Put that over 1. Let's go over here and solve. Okay, I'm going to move my 3x over. So I'm going to have negative y is equal to negative 3x. Actually, let me put this in here. Negative y is greater than negative 3x plus 20. Okay, I have to divide by negative 1. And remember, when you divide and you have an inequality and you divide by a negative number, you have to switch the sign. Y is less than negative 3x plus 20. Hopefully you can read my writing there. Okay, so now I'm going to change that to y equals negative 3x plus 20 because I need to get my boundary line. Okay, I'm going to make my graph, beautiful as it may be. And since I have to go up to 20 on that one, I'm going to do this by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, so on this one, I'm going to go up 10. See if I can find a different color marker here. I should have been prepared. And what happened to my markers? Well, let's use this one. So I'm going to go up 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Down 2, so that's just going to be, there's 2, and to the right, 1. Okay, is this one a dotted line or solid? It is a dotted line. So I'm going to put it down through here like this. And I'm going to substitute 0, 0 in up here in the original. 2 times 0, 0 plus 0 is 0 less than 10? Yes. Excuse me for reaching across here. Get my box of markers out. So since that works, you're going to color in this side. Now we're going to go ahead and graph that other one. Y is equal to, and we have to go up to 20. We already know that. It's right there because where we put it. And then I go down 3, 1, that'll be 2, and it'll be right in there. 3, and to the right, 1. So about right in there. And is that one dotted or solid? Correct, it is dotted. So we're going to dot that down through here. Notice they cross there. Now let's do the orange one here and let's try 0, 0. 0 minus 0 is greater than 20. Nah, it's not. So you're going to be coloring on this side. And I didn't quite color this down here far enough. Okay, see where those intersect there, where the orange and the green are together? That will be your solution. So what I'd like for you to do, if you have a highlighter, is highlight that for your solution. It's where they cross. Realized that wasn't quite down there far enough. Okay, but you can see right here is where I colored it in. Right there. That little triangle is the solution. I'll try to keep it on the board. Okay, so now we're going to go to example 3. It's another system. And the first one is x plus y is greater than or equal to 8. X plus y is greater than or equal to 8. Notice it'll be a solid line. And the other one is y two x plus y is greater than or equal to 11. Once again, that's going to be a solid line. So let's again solve for y, so it'll be easy to graph. Y is greater than or equal to negative x plus 8. And if you'll allow me just to change this to an equal, that'll get your boundary line. Okay, this one is going to be y is greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 11. Okay, those weren't too hard to put in that form. So let's go ahead and make our graph over here so I don't run out of room at the bottom. So y is equal to negative x plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my point. Down 1 to the right 1, and this one is solid. Excuse me. Okay, now let's check it and see. Go back over here to my original and substitute in 0, 0. Is 0 bigger than 8? No, it is not. So you do not color in down here where 0, 0 is. You color up here. Okay, let's do this next one. This time I'm going to go up 11. That was 8, 9, 10, 11, about right there. When you have nice graph paper, it'll all come out even for you. Down 2, 1, 2, right 1. And again, this one is solid. So it's going to come down through here like this. Now let's check and see if it works for 0, 0. 0 plus 0, is that bigger than 11? No, it is not. So we're not going to color down here. We're going to color up here. So it looks like this right up here is where it's going to cross. All the way down to that line right there. And so just highlight where it crosses. That was example 3. let's move along to example 4, which happens to be the last one. We have x is less than 6 and y is greater than or equal to negative 4. Okay, if we have x is equal to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that would be 6 and 0, 6 and 1, 6 and, remember it's going to be a vertical line, and it's less than 6, so we are going to color in this side. And then we have y is greater than a negative 4. One, 2, 3, 4. There's my negative 4. And this one is going to be horizontal line. And it's a solid line. And it's greater than. So it's going to be all the way up here. And notice where they cross is right here. And you'll highlight that, hopefully better than I did right there. Okay, that's examples that was given in your book. I do want to go over a couple more things with you though, such as on your homework, remember to always solve for y, and I'm going to do one of them. It's actually on your homework. I'll let you figure out which one it is when you get there, but just copy it down, please. You're given this system of inequalities. Y minus x is greater than or equal to 0. And then the other one is 2x minus 3y is less than 3x minus 1. I'm doing this because I was afraid with all that scattered out, you're like, oh my goodness, that's a y. Why I made that longer. Okay, so I have y is greater than or equal to x plus 0. Over here, I'm going to move my x to this side. So 3x minus 2x is just going to give 1x. So I'm going to have 1x minus 1. And I'm going to have a negative 3y left over here, less than that. So I'm going to have to divide by negative 3. Boom, turn that around. Negative 3 and negative 3. So I'm going to have y is greater than negative 1/3 x plus 1/3. Yeah, those are going to be pesky little fractions, but they won't be too bad. So let's graph this now. So here's my graph paper. 0. There's my point right there. My slope is 1/1. So I go up 1, right 1. And there, hopefully that's solid. Yep, it's a solid line. Now notice here, it goes through 0, 0, so I can't use 0, 0. So I'm going to use something really simple like 0, 1. So I'm going to put 0, 1 up here. 0, 1. 1 subtract 0. Is 1 bigger than 0? Yes. So I'm going to color in up here. 0, 1. Okay, make sure I've done that right. And then on my other one, I have 1/3. So that's going to be kind of like right in there. And then I'm going to go down 1, right 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, about right there. And this one is going to be a dotted line. And I can actually use 0, 0 for that one. 0, 0. Is that less than -1? Is 0 less than -1? No, it is not. So I will not color in this side. I will color in this side. So where does it intersect? Looks to me like it's right here. Right there. So we'll highlight that. I just wanted to show you one that went through 0, 0 so you know what to do. Okay, that should get you through lesson 10. And you'll have one more lesson and then woohoo! You'll have a test and be done with 113.